Hello everyone, we're live, and today we're gonna be talking about kindness, bullying, and how to mediate conflicts. So, kindness is the act of being a good Samaritan towards other people and doing good things to other people, being gentle and being considerate and patient with others. Bullying is the act of being demeaning, being derisive, putting people down for the sake of their own ego, and how to mediate conflicts. You can mediate conflicts by, first of all, not starting conflicts. That's a given, right? Don't start conflicts. And instead, do this. Focus on things that we all have negative things about each other, right? That's a given, right? To say that we're completely perfect is delusional, right? No doubt. But we do have our issues, we do have our struggles, so yeah, we do have our pitfalls, so everything, like, we do have our pitfalls, so keep that in mind. um yeah, you're not gonna be liked by everyone. Do keep that in mind, right? If everyone likes you, you're doing something wrong. Well, that you're either doing something right or wrong, depending on what you're doing, right? And how the people you're attracting, right? The kind of people you're attracting. So you keep that in mind. If everyone likes you, yeah, it really depends. But the goal is not to be liked by everyone, but by quality people, right? Whether they be intelligent, smart, rich, good looking, you name it. Um, Try to avoid conflicts, like I said. Be a good Samaritan. Be a good heart. Actually, where people are good people are good, have a good heart, per se. Most people are good, try to be good people, but like very few have a good heart or soul, right? So do keep that in mind. Um, I won't. Zero viewers, nice. Anyways, just walk away from people who disrespect you. Yeah, you can get angry at them once and say back off, but after a certain time, you just have to learn not to push them aside and say, you know what, I'm not done. I'm done with you. I don't want to deal with you. And yeah, violence is a very last resort. By the way, don't resort to violence unless you have to. Right, right. It's a last resort, but you gotta put. There has to be like there has to be there has to be some sort of escalation towards it. Uh, there has to be some sort of escalation towards it. Yeah. Uh, be considerate of other people's feelings, but also be honest and authentic, right? There has to be some sort of balance, right, between empathy and honesty, right? Um, Uh, do not engage with people who do not like you. If you can sense they don't like you, and it is clear, do not engage with them. Yeah, that's how you avoid huge conflicts in life, and avoid being bullied. If someone doesn't like you, you distance yourself. You just say, I know you don't like me, so I'm just gonna distance myself from you. Uh, just distance yourself from people who don't respect you, right? Uh, be if people are, how do I say it? I, there's so many people who are getting into unnecessary conflicts and fights just because of ego, right? They think that, oh, I can solve this by fighting them, but you can't really. Yeah, I mean, if you have to fight them, it's the last resort, like physically. But it's not a good idea. It's not a good idea. It's the last resort, right? It's a last resort, right? Do not like, I repeat, do not mess with people. Do not annoy people. Don't try to annoy people. You can joke around and stuff, but I think messing with people is a bad idea. Yeah, messing with people is a bad idea. You shouldn't mess with people. You should be a good person. Uh, Joking around, that's fine. So you would say okay, but messing around with people won't do you good. Yeah. Um. Everyone is flawed. Everyone has their pitfalls. Everyone has their mistakes. Don't think you're perfect, right? Don't think you're perfect. Okay, so as long as we're human, we're subject to the same mortal laws, right? The same physical and mortal laws. Okay? So don't think you are unique, but you're not. You are special in some sort of way, but as a human being, you're special. Okay, already you're at the top of the evolutionary food chain, right? So you are special, but at the same time, you still have to, yeah, you still have to work things out. Uh, don't. I mean, the best way to avoid a conflict is to walk away from it, right? Um, I'm I've been guilty of engaging with people that are not compatible with me in the past and currently, and that's fine. I don't I don't mind me not being compatible, but yeah, anyways, avoid non-compatible people. because they're not good for you. They're not healthy for you. Yeah. Avoid people who do not give you happiness in life because you deserve all the happiness. Everyone does. Don't make you sticking to one person deserve more or less happiness than the other. We all deserve happiness. Maybe we don't deserve the things we need. We want. Sorry, we need things, but we deserve the things we need, right? We deserve happiness. We deserve basic necessities. Yeah. Uh, Zero viewers, nice. Anyways, don't worry about people not liking you because there are all people who don't like you, anyways. So, regardless of who you are, so be happy with what you have. Be proud of what you have and accomplished. Uh, make sure you're happy. Make sure you're healthy. Make sure you're with friends. And remember that not everyone's gonna like you. Not everyone's gonna respect you. Not everyone's gonna care for you. So you just have to make sure that those very few people in your life care for you are there by your side, or even if they're not there, you still have them in your mind, motivating you to go on. So for others who are important, and then for others who are important in your life, in your real life, that is, and I'm thank you. The best way to, sorry, mic just muted for a bit. I just wanted to lie down a bit, take a break. The best course of action to deal with bullies or people who don't like you is just to sort of distance yourself from them, right? Because not everyone's gonna like you, and you got your own things to do in life, so distance yourself from people who do not like you. This applies to relationships. Applies to um, uh, friendships. This applies to anything in particular, right? So, uh, I mean, if someone doesn't like you, what is the point in engaging with them, right? Disengage. Do not entertain them. Yeah. Do not entertain their BS. Yeah. Do not entertain their bad behavior. Instead, do this and walk away. Right? Were there to hate on people? Not a good idea. You can stand up for yourself, but hating on people, especially unprovoked, well, that is pretty problematic. Yeah, but you know, you know what? Life goes on. People, uh, people, yeah, people have. Some people may not like you, right? That's part of life, but that doesn't mean you're worthy of disrespect. No one's worthy of disrespect. Everyone deserves to be treated with respect. If not, they should just like leave. Leave, right? There's no point in engaging with people who disrespect you and treat you with bad tidings. I mean, a bully is essentially a narcissist, right? They're very thin-skinned. They're pretty thin-skinned, but mm, mm, they're thick in terms of what their heart. I'll just say it. They're thin-skinned, but they're insolent. They're hard-hitting, but they're thin-skinned, right? That's the thing. Yes, they're willing to attack you, but they have no problem with attacking you, right? As a man or woman or anyone, and be sure to Uh, I would say wonderful, nice. Wonderful. Well, so people have lives outside the internet. Everyone has a life. At least most people. Some people don't. So this is unfortunate. Uh, that's okay. You're not. You don't seem like a bad person. I mean, you don't have a life outside the. That's fine. You may be a troll, but you're like a more benevolent troll, right? You don't wish harm to anyone. You just like to make. You just want to have fun, right? That's it. So it's no issue, right? The thing about Alex, he doesn't have a life outside the internet. That he's judging others, that he's projecting about himself, that oh, you don't have a life outside the internet, but he himself doesn't have a life, even with all that money, right? So it's a complete projection of his own pitfalls and insecurities. Uh, Trolls just wanna have. That's funny. Uh, Trolls just wanna have fun. They just wanna have fun. Uh, Most trolls just wanna evoke a reaction or like a response out of other people, because that's how they feel good about themselves, right? So I don't think trolls are like but but some trolls are not really trolls. They just like to make jokes and have a good time, you know what I mean. Doug. Some people just want to have a good time, and not bother anyone. Others do want to bother people, and that's really unfortunate when it happens. Uh, what we were. Yeah, I would strongly advise anyone to not bother anyone unless the other person is comfortable with whatever they're doing. You know what I mean? Uh, it's one thing to just have a good time. It's another thing to like have a good time at the expense of other people. Uh, the rich, for example, the rich are rich because they worked hard for their riches. In that case, they're not bothering anyone with their riches, right? They're just being rich. But the poor like to say, Oh, you're bothering because I'm poor. No, they're living their own lives. You're living your own lives. Poor, rich, the wealth, the rich, the contribute. I don't know, but you just have to avoid. Uh, Avoid people who are not compatible with you, who don't like you, right? Uh, there will always be people who like you, who just like you, won't care for you. Yeah, I'm a bit tired. Yeah, the I mean, I did sleep, but uh, anyways, to avoid people who are bad faith, disrespectful, irreverent. Um, Possibly they might make it past 2025. I don't know. Like I don't really care for PWF honestly, but they probably will make it past 2025. Possibly. Objectively, like if their channel's still up. Otherwise, they might not. And they'll just have to hang out on other channels they made of themselves. I guess. Uh, yeah, it's not. I mean, guys like Alex, like he may seem like he has things going for him, but he doesn't really because I don't think he has many friends outside the internet. But he's like, oh, I live in Miami. I have a successful life, successful social life, blah blah blah. I have lots of money, blah blah blah. But I don't think his social life is that successful. Looking at how was the other footage of approaching women, like he's so awkward and so weird and so less charming. So yeah, not a very charming peer, but preach done. Yeah, like with any more person that doesn't like you, like Alex doesn't like me, like just ignore them. We could get angry at them once and scream at them, but I don't think that. Uh, One were nice. Uh, the anyways, no. Mediating conflict starts with being receptive of what how the other person is feeling or their intentions on why they're attacking you, right? Verbally or physically. So the people if people are jealous of you, they will want to start in conflict more. Mm, might be the individual, I don't know. Mm, true is nice. Anyways, avoid bad people. Try to the 2 years goes up. Anyways, uh, mm, well, anyways. Hi, how's it going? The best thing to do is, if someone doesn't like you, is to maintain your distance, right? So that's the best course of action. Yeah. Someone doesn't like you, distance, distance. And I would say that the more distance you and complete ignoring of the person will lead to these outcomes. Yeah. Oh, yeah. What was that? Not everyone's gonna like you as a person. So yeah, I mean, you will have friends depending on who you are, but you know, not everyone's gonna like you. Not everyone's gonna respect you. So there's those that uh, sorry, I'm a bit tired. I'm sorry, taking breaks. Uh, uh, so no, the act of being kind is transformative, right? To the other person and to yourself too, included, right? So the more kind you are, the better receptive you are to grace and good tidings. Yes, that's how it just. Uh, I think that people who bully others usually have nothing going for them. Bullies, that is, right? Uh, the one viewer, two viewers, nice. Anyways, kindness is two viewers. Okay. Kindness is transformative. Kindness moves mountains. Also, uh, oh my god, I'm so tired. Anyways, um, yeah. Right. Hmm. Interesting. Yeah, sorry about that. Anyways, be a good person, be a kind person. Uh, if people are mean to you, it's them who is the problem, not you. Right? If they're mean to you, a good person. I mean, just I would say good people are pretty rare, and they're usually not pushover types, right? So the yeah, not everyone's gonna like you. Be humble, be confident in yourself. At the same time, be confident in yourself. Be respectful to others. Recognize the contributions and accomplishments of others while being modest about yourself. You can recognize the flaws of others too, but it's everyone has flaws, and it's not gonna help you or anyone by pointing them out. It's just a misguided attempt to help, right? So everyone has their flaws, everyone has the positive traits, naturally. So worry too much about it. Yeah. Uh, anyways, I wanna pause. So yeah, now that I'm finished my break, let's continue. Right. So yeah. What was that? Yeah. I mean, yeah. Do notifications. Let me see. Yes. Uh, hmm. I mean, sorry about that. I'm just eating. When people have a problem with you and you can tell, I would just say better safe than sorry. Don't associate with them whatsoever. Life's too short to be unhappy. Life's too short to associate with people who don't have your best interest in mind. So just, distance yourself. Yeah. Don't ruin modest swine all the time. And I mean, if you have to, you have to. Mm. Yeah, guys like Alex probably don't have a life outside the internet. Although I'd like to say I don't have a life, right? Just a loser. He's just a loser, right? He may have a big channel, he may have clout and fame on the internet, but in real life, I don't think he has many friends beyond the internet BS. Um, but I digress, people are gonna dislike you regardless. Yeah. It's important to be true to yourself. And, hold your head up high. Don't let people bring you down, and just move forward, right? In your life. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, most people in the space are just rotters and just losers, right? With nothing going for them. But it's fine. I wouldn't worry about people's opinions too much. Focusing on improving yourself, being the best version of yourself, as well as interacting with. Don't be completely isolated from other people. Don't isolate yourself, but at the same time, continue to improve yourself. Work on yourself. Focus on making yourself better day and day by day. And then life will change for the better for you. I can promise. Yeah. Yeah. Other than that, last comments from people.
I think most men are.
Live. Um. Oh, okay. True prodigy. Um. Yeah. I'm not familiar with True Prodigy. Stefan recently responded to one of my comments. Yeah. To avoid bullies, no one. Like, I wish everyone had this sense of awareness beforehand, but people don't. Like, I know when you don't like someone or when someone doesn't like you, right? And in that case, it's tempting to engage with them, but it's not really worth it, right? Your ego thinks it's okay to engage with them because you don't like them, but it's better to just maintain your distance. Yeah, if you're gonna bully or bother them, right? Yeah. Yeah. Not everyone's gonna like you. Not everyone's gonna respect you. Not everyone's gonna trust you. Not everyone's gonna have feelings for you. So mm, mm, be mindful of that. Yeah. I wish everyone knew this, but it's not universal knowledge. Not everyone's gonna like you. Not everyone's gonna respect you. Not everyone's gonna feel empathy for you or kindness for you or feelings for you. Even so, you have to be mindful of that fact and just move on. Yeah. Nah. Uh, Hi. That's an interesting name, Pot Greg. Probably a troll account. I don't know. Anyways. um, nah, I'm doing good. Thank you. I'm pretty tired because I don't know. But anyways, I might head out soon. So it's about bullying, kindness, and how to mediate conflicts. That's the title. Yeah. So yeah. Who bullies? Oh, just insecure people in general. It's just in general. They're just insecure people who feel so bad, who feel so insecure about themselves, so they have to put down other people who. Yeah, he does, but you can't really change him, right? You can't really change him up to a certain point. You can tell him not to what a behavior or action, but he's just not gonna stop or. Um, no comment on that. Maybe yes, I think so. I don't know, but it's definitely Alex. Yeah, Jorge, I don't know, but Alex definitely. Jorge is more subtle. Why no comment? Jorge is a bit more subtle. Uh, are you scared to just Jorge? No, Jorge is a bit more subtle. He does um how to say it, meet out like certain snarky comments and pot shots against me, right? Um, as maintained and bully. She, she should. I wouldn't say obsession. I would say fixation. He has some weird fixation towards me, which can be seen as either I don't know. I I I don't know if he has a life outside the internet. I'm not one to judge anyone on that, but he sure. I don't know. Maybe That that's what other people have been telling me, and that's what I noticed. But I have no clue why exactly he has this fixation in particular. So, uh, it's an interesting space to say the least. Yeah. Um, who says these things? Probably Jorge. Interesting. Manipulating. Interesting. Yeah, Jorge does have some sort of weird fixation. Yeah. Yeah, that's true. Yeah. Mandarin's like how to say it? He he's less fixated towards me than Jorge is. Yeah, for sure, for sure. And I would say Mandarin's more benevolent than Jorge. At least like Mandarin's not the, well, sort of, but he didn't go to my city, home city, and do all these weird. I don't know. It's so weird what Jorge is doing or is threatening to do or whatever. I don't know. Well, I I guess he's sort of like stopped doing that recently, but like sometimes he would follow me around and um people noticed at least like that he would try to like how to say it? No, I don't sit at home all day. I I have other things to do too, that's a that's a is that a projection or I don't know. Um um uh who's been manipulating you about this, if I ask? Not necessarily manipulation. People have been telling me, and maybe it's just their general observation or what they think or their opinion. I don't know. Uh no, that's not all I do. Yeah, I do go to community college. Yes, I don't sit at home doing nothing. That's a again projection. Um, I do play at parks. Yeah, that's fun. Yeah, I go to malls. I go to parties. I do things in life. So um, life's good. Yeah. Mm, who has been telling me? I don't know. Um. I do sit in streams, that is true, but I got other things to do outside of streaming. That is true. I don't have a job, yeah. Um, that is true, but I do other things as well, yeah. Um, uh, I do other things outside of um streaming. I I have other obligations. I have other things to do. Um, yeah. Yeah. What makes it any different, right? Like I go to these events, I have friends there too. My parents don't just have friends there. I have friends there too. On the events my parents take to. You seem to like to undermine things that I have, or the good things that I have, because out of sheer jealousy or projection, I don't know. But I do good things. Um I how to say, I go to events, parties, festivals. I enjoy life. I go to college. I have friends. I in real life friends. I like to read books. I like to go to the gym from time to time. You know, life's good. I don't know. Okay, fuck you. Fuck off, and go to hell. Fuck you. I'm done with this bullshit. Fuck yourself. Jesus Christ. Like why do people have to be so negative? Like okay, like I, people like to troll like and get under my skin, right? Like, oh yeah, fine. But why do you have to project your own sense of insecurity and sense of self onto others and your own negativity just because you're not doing well in life? You you're the one who's hiding behind a screen, behind a fake profile picture, telling me I'm a loser while being completely anonymous and being completely devoid of any, how do I say it, any sense of like clarity as to who you are on the internet. And yeah, I don't, yeah, this kind of negativity doesn't fly with me. Yeah, I mean, I'm not perfect. I don't claim to be perfect, but yeah, I don't claim to be perfect, but like it's the negativity that these people, yeah, tend to project onto me that really is, yeah, bothersome. Yeah, I mean, I do have friends, even in those events that my parents take me to, and I do, even at college I have friends, so it's not just events that my parents take me to. So yeah, um, just Just ignore these trolls. I mean, just do what you want to do with your life. Like that pothead Greg his account is like a it's probably a Mandarin account. I don't know. Um, I have no clue. I can't really make assumptions, but he did mention Mandarin, and he did like yeah. So like um, I do have a life outside of this, but people like to troll. People like to project that I don't because they probably don't have a life outside the internet. Um, yeah, and it's kind of sad and pathetic, but to each their own. Um, Anyways, I'm not claiming to be perfect, but I mean, you know, um, yeah, yeah. Anyways, enough of that bullshit. Re, um, where was I? All right. Just ignore people, disengage with people who don't have your best interest in mind. That's just my advice, and just focus on associating with people who do have your best interest in mind, right? Because those are the people um who will uh who will make you happy, right? Uh, just associate with people um who the Thanos like yo hi yes, yeah, it's a Thanos profile picture. Interesting. Yeah. What's going on? This is just a live stream, I guess. Probably gonna end it soon. Yeah. It's about kindness, bullying, and how to mediate conflicts. That's what the live stream is about. Of course, absolutely. A lot of bullying online. Online in real life, but you just have to sort of mediate it, sort of identify when things are going rough or wrong, or um, when things are not. Nah. Um, how to mediate? I mean, don't end it, please. I have to go outside anyway. Just for 1 more hour. I'm just like 3 more minutes. Yeah, I don't know. No, you don't. What do you mean? Oh my god! Like I have to like I promised my dad you don't go outside. That's a projection. Come on, like come on. I do go outside. You have seen my videos and you have seen me go outside. So I'm not capping, right? Oh yeah, this is just ridiculous BS. Come on, man. This is just BS. I eat cheeseburgers, but not like 10. Come on, that's ridiculous. That's weird. That's completely weird and ludicrous. Come on, that's too much. I do eat cheeseburgers, but not that much. Yeah, that's ridiculous. 10? Oh my god. Just because I can doesn't mean I do it. Yeah, that's too much. That's ridiculous. Are you a man or a woman? You're an it. I'm a man. Okay, go away. Like, Jesus Christ. How many accounts do I have to ban? Like, this troll, like, whoever it is. I don't know. I can't assume things, but. Trolls. Yeah. Anyways, yeah. I don't have time for this. Like, too much. Like, anyways. Um, any closing thoughts, statements? Uh, 2 viewers. Nice, nice. Should I continue this on my phone? I don't know. Let me see if I can continue this on my phone. Stream yard. Probably not. Anyways, thank you for watching and have a great day. Peace. To go for a walk.